Alright guys, how's it going? Seriously, One Frog here. A lot of you were asking for the hieratic combo video, so I'm making it right now. Now, before I get started with the deck, the strategy video or whatever you want to call it, I want to let you know one thing. This is a deck that usually wins in one push only. There's not a lot of times where you're going to be like trying to control the field at any point. This is just an OTK deck. It's pretty crazy the things it can do. Usually what you want to wait on are cards like, maybe Compulse, or MSTs, or Heavy, Lance, Reborn, Avarice. Cards like these before you start going off. Because these cards, like, they just, they protect you from the back rows, so you can't really lose and they beat you next turn or in a couple turns because you can't make a comeback. So yeah, you need cards like those to help you get off, and I know someone made a joke about that in my comments last video, but yeah. And then you run the 3 card cardies. Like I said in my other video, I have 2 proxies because I don't own 3 of them. But you got the 3 card cardies and the 2 dualities to help you set up. You also have, Hieratic Seal of Convocation, or whatever it's called. In order to loop, you usually want to have a Birdman. Birdman's like, I'm sure if you have like a hand of 6 Hieratics, I would go off, but I never draw hands like that. If you have Birdman and any 2 Hieratics, it's game if they don't have like Gores or something. But you can even play around Gores sometimes if you have a lot of Hieratics in hand. Or, yeah, okay, so pretty much, like I said, you're going to try and get one of those cards that helps you helps you not be afraid of their spells and traps, and then you're going to go off. Say your hand is something along the lines of, oh yeah, one more thing. These are your starter monsters. You can't really start off in your Hieratic loop without one of these 6 cards. Thanks to Hieratic Seal of Convocation, that makes it a little easier. It's kind of like you have 8 starters, and if you already open with one of these, this means that means that this, or if you already have one of these in hand, then that means that it can be a Hieratic that you can special summon by tributing a guy, which is also really helpful. So yeah, say you have 1 starter, 1 Birdman, and then 1 other Hieratic. The deck runs 12 Hieratic monsters plus 2 search spells for the Hieratic, so there's pretty much 14 Hieratic monsters in the deck. In a 40 card deck, that's about 1/3 of your deck, so that's, in an opening hand, ideally that would be 2 cards, because, 1/3 of your deck means that, it means that 1 out of every 3 cards will be a Hieratic card, which means in your 6 card opening hand, hopefully you'll have at least 2. And then you're going to have the card cardies and dualities to help you get to whatever pieces you're missing, like I said. So yeah, this is going to be the main combo that, Paul Cooper taught me. It works the best with an opening hand like this, or, to start the combo with a hand like this, what you can do is you can special summon the Tefnuit if they have a monster, of course, and then you can tribute it for Sue, special summoning a Hieratic or a Watt-tailed Dragon from your deck or whatever. Next up, you can exceed these 2 for an Adam, right here, Adam, and you can detach for Adam. Where is that guy? Getting Red MD from your deck. Using Red MD's effect to special summon a level 6 from your grave. You can then bounce for Birdman. Remove a tomb for Red MD. This goes to grave. If you can see that. I'm not sure if you can see what you can see, but yeah. So this is your graveyard. Next up, you can use Red MD's effect again to get a Sue. You can overlay the Sue and the Tefnuit for a tomb. Use his effect again. Get a level 5 from your deck. At this point, you can exceed the level 5 and synchro the level 5 and the level 3 Birdman. For if they have a monster, you can get Scrap Dragon and set one of your cards and pop their monster and attack for game. If they have no monsters, maybe you want to get like Stardust Dragon or actually Stardust Dragon wouldn't be game, would it? 26, 25. Yeah, Stardust Dragon wouldn't be game. So you'd get like Stardust Dragon or Blood Mephist or whatever level 8 you have. And then you would overlay your Attuned for a Guide Dragon. And this is game barring they don't have Gores. Like, if they have Gores, they get a turn. But, and Tragodia. Tragodia is like, this deck just loses to Tragodia. Because this deck, I mean, if you open a nutty hand, you can play around Maxi. Because, you can just make a Bouncer and attack through Gores. But if they have Tragodia, they can just have a Tragodia with, like, 13,000 attack points, and you just lose. So keep that in mind. If you know your opponent runs Tragodia, just do something about it. Play differently. So that's combo number 1. Personally, I would not start any combo off without a Birdman. I'm strongly considering adding a Gen X Neutron into my deck. That was an idea of from my friend Scott. He was, well, it wasn't really his idea, but he like sparked it in my brain, in my head, because he said he was running Gen X Neutron in his Gear deck to search like Birdman. I don't know why I was running Birdman, I guess. Yeah, but whatever. To search his Birdman, like, wow, I should probably run that in Hieratics, because I mean Birdman is like my win condition. Because it helps me make level 8s, of course. And yeah, so thinking about Gen X Neutron, a lot of people ask me if they don't have card cardies, what could they replace them with? And it's definitely, without a doubt, I would replace it with Gen X Neutron. And before you say that card's too expensive, it just came out in tin. I'm sure it's like 50 cents, so you can get 3 for like $1 probably. So yeah, try out Gen X Neutrons. Let me know how that works out, because it seems like a really good card in theory. So yeah, another hand that you could open would be, I mean, I always open this guy, or get this guy in my hand, so let's just say he's in your hand. I don't know, if you have a lot of Hieratics, it's just really good, obviously, but let's just say you used your Spell and Trap removal, or you have your Avarice, or something to stop them from stopping you, pretty much, and then you have some crazy hand like this. You could, like, Special Summon, Tefnuit. There are so many combos in this deck, so I don't really know how to make this video. I showed you the one important combo, but obviously there's, I mean, Hieratics they're a complicated deck, but they're a simple deck. All they're really doing is tributing, special summoning, normals, blah blah blah. But yeah, I'll just show you another hand. You know, it's 3 Hieratics and a Birdman. So yeah, you could special summon Tefnuit. You could, I mean, you can tribute summon that too. So like, you could tribute it for this normal right now, FYI. And I'm going to do that right now. So next up, I'll get my other normal. It should be a Lesser Dragon, but I don't have Lesser Dragon number 2, so that's why you see 2 Watt-tail Dragons. Next up, you would Exceed. This also, you know, I mean, you kind of get hurt by Valor in a lot of situations, but I mean, I don't know. I've tested this deck a lot, and a lot of people weren't considering Valor for the format, so I thought that would make this deck a lot better. Next up, you would remove Watt-tail, get Red MD, use Red MD's effect, get Tefnuit, and this is why Birdman is like necessary, because Red MD's at 1, so that means you're going to be wanting to reuse your Red MD a lot, and that's another reason why I run Compulse. I run Compulse because not only does it reuse my Red MD, but it just like works well. Because whenever you summon card, you're forced to set a card, or else you have to discard at the end phase, and that's automatically going to make their MSTs live. And I was like, if I'm going to make MSTs live, I may as well run a trap that just works really well in my deck. It lets me play around bottomless and stuff like that. Like when I summon a Tefnuit and they bottomless, I could just chain Compulse and special summon them again. Things like that. I just think the card's really good. Okay, so next up, you got Red MD, special summon for off of a tomb. That puts 2 normals in grave. What do I do next? I haven't used Red MD's effect, so keep that in mind. Next up, Tribute Tefnuit for a Sue, special summon. That special summons the Watt-tail Dragon from your grave. Next up, you can make a tomb. You can use his effect. Oh, yeah, whoops. I have this too, wow. I made my hand broken. Can use his effect to get really anything. I guess I'll get the level 5. And then, yeah, it's a level 8 Synchro. Next up, I'll use Red MD's effect, special summon a Hieratic. Then I'll Convocation for Hieratic Sue, Tribute, special summon the normal, Overlay, Bouncer, make Exabeetle, or no, Gaia Dragon, sorry. And yeah, this lets you play around Gores. You have a 26, 28, 28, and 27. So if you attack for 28, say they drop Gores here, you could negate it with Bouncer. They would take, that would be 28 plus 1,000, so that's 38. Then they would most likely put Gores in defense mode, so you'd attack it for 100, that's 39. Then you have 27 and 28 left, so that's over 8,000. So yeah, if you open 3 Hieratics and Birdman, that's what that leads out to, which is really good. I mean, 3 Hieratics and Birdman is not too hard to accomplish in this deck. The problem with this deck is I'm having difficulties getting to Birdman, and that's why I can't get off. Also, I was testing this a lot against a Chaos Dragon deck, which is, a lot of them have been running Trigodias, so rather unfortunate matchup. In that case, I feel like Chaos Dragons you just lose to if they run Trigodias. In Maxies, yeah, this deck doesn't lose too hard to Maxi unless you get Veilored somewhere along the lines. Like I said, not a lot of people are running Veilers, but if they do, you will get punished. And yeah, don't go off unless you can win, because you're going to have a hard time coming back unless you have Avarice. So yeah, not really much else I want to talk about in this video. I guess I could go over one more combo not involving Birdman. I'm just going to wing this because I usually don't go off without Birdman, but yeah, let's just say you have 4 Hieratic in hand, 1 starter, and then, you know, this is your hand, and you use your, you know, you have your stopper, your spell and trap stopper. So you could special summon this guy. Next up, if you have the level 5 guy in hand, you usually want to special summon him right away. He has a really good effect for those of you that don't know. You contribute a hieratic monster on your field or in your grave, or in your hand, to destroy a monster on your opponent's side of the field once per turn. So that's like a really good effect. Keep that in mind because I use his effect a lot. Like, it's just really important, especially if you don't have Birdman. Like, you might be forced to use his effect to kill something. So yeah, next up, you're going to, depending if they have a monster, yeah, they definitely do because you special summon hieratic Tefnuit. So you'd like hieratic Seal right here. For like any hieratic, doesn't really matter. I'm going to get in a set. And we'll say we used Nebthet's effect to destroy their monster. Getting you another normal. Next up, you got an Atom. Uses effect. Get whatever you want, really. What is this? A sleeve? We'll just say you get a level 6. And yeah, next up, you can just tribute this guy for Sue. And you have 3 normals there. Exceed Atom with, exceed these for Atom. Effect. See, the thing is, you can't really bring out Red MD without Birdman because, like, it's 0 attack, so it's not very optimal, I guess. So, yeah. And here you get the 2 level 6s, and if you want to play around Gores, you can't win, I don't think. I think that's 26, 26, 52. Yeah, that's 7,900 damage if you make the Bouncer right here. This is 7,900 damage. So if you did 100 to them already, that's game. But if you didn't do 100 to them, you might get a little greedy and summon Force Focus, because that's exact game. Something to keep in mind, I run Exabeetle in my deck. I think it's very important. It lets you get around cards like Messenger of Peace and I don't know, other annoying cards I can't think of now. So yeah, if you open like 2 Birdman, things get crazy. You can summon Red Eyes Darkness Metal 3 times, so I'm sure you can assume things get crazy. I think I run Giga Brilliant in this deck. I don't remember exactly right now, but I run that. If I showed you my build and I did run Giga Brilliant, because I used to run it before, I don't know if I still run it. The reasoning was if you open 2 Birdmans, you could just make a Giga Brilliant instead of Scrap Dragon and pump all your guys by 300 more, which just makes it even more detrimental, I guess. I don't know. I'm just gonna stop the video here because I just wanted to show you those couple of combos. Hope you guys enjoyed. Thanks for watching. Comment, like, subscribe. Like this video if you like these kind of videos, because I love making strategy videos, combo videos. But in the past they didn't do so well. But it seems like a lot of you were interested. So yeah, let's see. Thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed.